Mr. The Rock. Seth here at Arcane Studios, where we record Because We Said So podcast, BWSS, and we tasted your reposado, and it's freaking delicious. So we did a little tequila breakdown, how tequila's made, some of the finer points on what you have going on with your tequila specifically, and then we put together a couple unique cocktails specifically for your tequila. So we hope you like it, and if you want to come be on our show and talk a little bit more about what The Rock is cooking, we'd love to have you on. Awesome. We're going to be talking about Teremana Tequila, which is The Rock's new, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's new tequila. In fact, here it is. So we're actually going to be breaking that out. We're going to try and make a couple of cocktails with it.
Definitely have to smell what The Rock is cooking.
What's that?
We're going to have to smell what The Rock is cooking.
Yeah, we do got to smell what The Rock is cooking. That's for sure. It's cool, man. Like, I think, I went to the website and you see him down there meeting the people and walking through with the barrels. All right. We're going to jump into Teremana. We're going to talk about tequila real fast just to give everyone an idea of a little bit about tequila. And then we're going to crack it open. We're going to taste it. This is a reposado, which I will get into the different types of tequila and stuff like that.
You crack it open while you explain.
Should I? All right. Yeah. Fine. I was going to crack it open afterwards, but let's do it.
Come on, man.
Everybody got to
I wasn't going to drink.
You got to show the label, man.
Shh.
Show the label. Show the label, man.
There we go.
I like
covered
that
it with the mic.
So a couple things about the label. First of all, it says gluten-free, and you might think, "Oh God, you're really going to put that on there?" But believe it or not, if it's a crappy tequila, they're not going to use pure agave. They're going to put a sweetener in there. Sometimes use a sweetener that's derived from wheat, which is gluten. So if it does say gluten-free, it doesn't mean it's pure 100% because there could be other stuff in there, but it definitely means that they didn't add any additives, that's for sure. So I'll pour a little for myself. All right, I'm drinking it out of a wine glass because I'm a wine snob. And
wine gas.
By the way, I will say, we're going to get into this. Camilo has been a head bartender at a major resort down here for a very, very, very long time. And of course, I'm a certified sommelier. I don't work, but I actually was a sommelier for the Fontainebleau for 6 years. So there is some expertise in the room. We're going to break this down a little bit. All right, so Teremana Tequila. A couple things. First of all, we're just going to talk about tequila. All tequila comes from Jalisco. And by the way, if I butcher any Spanish, Camille, please feel free. All tequila comes from Jalisco.
Jalisco.
Jalisco?
I'm just kidding.
That was quick.
Fucking bitch. Jesus Christ, dude. So, which is right in the middle of Mexico on the west side. And what's interesting is there is a town called Tequila there. It was given the name Santiago de Tequila when it was founded by the Franciscan friar Juan Calera. The name Tequila comes from native name for the volcano Tequeyan or Tequila that has been interpreted to mean a place where they cut. And the way tequila is made, they take the blue agave plant, which basically looks like a bunch of aloe vera. Yeah, 100%. Good call. So it looks like aloe vera. And what they do is they cut off all the leaves and you have the piña in the middle, which can weigh up to like 200 pounds. And then what they do is they roast that whole. And you can steam it. You can roast it. You can, roast it underground. You can roast it in an oven. And you can actually put it in an autoclave, which is kind of like a pressure cooker, which allows you to cook it a lot faster. But most people prefer the brick oven. Back in the day, I actually used clay. But the brick oven is a little bit more modernized. When tequila processes were first modernized, there you go. The cooking was changed to above ground ovens, which made of stone or brick. This removed the smoky aromas and flavors and made it quicker and easier to load and unload the agaves. But the time of all can still be relatively long, between 36 and 72 hours. So they'll do it. They'll take the tequila piña plants and they'll roast them for quite a while. If you get anything that's outside of Jalisco, it is not tequila. That's where you're going to get the mezcal, and they're usually roasting that underground in the dirt where it gets all the soil and the smoke, and that's why you get a lot more smokiness when you're getting a mezcal. Does anyone prefer mezcal over tequila?
I do.
It
really?
depends.
Lucas?
I honestly think I haven't had tequila since before I left for Miami.
Okay. There you go.
That was Jose Cuervo Gold.
Oh, God.
That's not a good example of what tequila is.
Jeez, that's the crap that would be in those big ass 50,000 gallon tanks.
Only 50%. Only 51% has to be like the good thing for them to sell it as gold. But
sure.
Like this is premium tequila, so it has to be 100% blue Weber.
Blue agave. Yeah, for
and
sure.
that was about half the bottle that night.
And there's no worms in tequila. Worms is always only a mezcal thing. It's snake oil crap. They were selling it as like this big mystic yada yada yada, and then it kind of caught on. So the way it's distilled, so you can distill, and this is all kinds of liquors. You can distill in iron, you can distill in brass, copper. Yeah, 100%. You can distill in anything you want. But the reason copper is so sought after is because copper molecules bind with sulfur in there and actually creates kind of like a hydrochloric acid. But what it does is because it does that, it gives you a much cleaner taste. That literally, when you do it in there, the copper kind of breaks off and gets in there and cleans the liqueur. The reason copper isn't as widely used is because copper is expensive as hell, and they have to be, made and formed and put together and stuff like that. But the way it works is you basically put it in there, it gets distilled, which means it gets heated, then it steams out and it gets collected. And one of the coolest things when I actually was going for my certification for being a sommelier, one of the coolest things I learned was the size of the opening for the still determines how strong the flavor is. So you can have a really small opening in the top, then only the a little bit will get of the congeners, which is what gives imbues the flavor, will get through, or you could just leave it wide open and all this crap comes out. So anyway,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
really?
yeah, for sure.
Doesn't. Okay, well.
Yep. So
the
inside,
more you know.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. So yeah, the process of distilling, the sulfur coming from the yeast binds itself to the copper, making hydrosulfide. I think I said hydrochloric acid. Hydrosulfide, which in turn
hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, which forms copper sulfate, which sticks to the inside when they clean it out. Different types of tequila. Blanco is going to be not aged at all. Joven is a tequila that can be mixed with something else, either other tequilas, could be glycerin, could be sugar. They use glycerin to give it that mouthfeel. Glycerin is a natural process that occurs in tequila, but they could add more to make it rounder, which oftentimes will lower the alcoholic content. So if you see something that's less than 40%, oftentimes, and I went to tequila and saw a lot of them that were less than 40%. They were Jovens. Reposado, which we have here, aged at least 2 months. Añejo is going to be 1 to 3 years in oak, and then anything longer than 3 years, it's going to be an extra Añejo. So anyway, let's talk real quick about the Teremana, and then what we're going to do is we're going to taste it, and then Camilo's going to make a cocktail. We're going to come back. We're going to do Supreme Court, and then we're going to get ready for the debate. Teremana means spirit of the earth, and it's from the Jalisco Highlands. So the Highlands is all clay soil. It's going to be a lot cleaner and a little bit sweeter, and then down the lowlands, it's going to be a little bit more rugged, a little bit more herbal and vegetal. Teremana practices sustainability. They actually plant corn in the rotation. So the agave plant takes 13, 14, 15 years to actually mature. And what they'll do is they'll plant corn in between there to fertilize everything. All of the agave fibers, when they're done, gets mulched up, put back into the soil. The water gets filtrated, which is really important because making, any type of liquor, there's a lot of water waste for sure. The agave is cooked at a lower temperature for a long period of time, and it is aged in American white oak. You generally have French oak, you have American oak. They're both white oaks. You're not going to use red oak. Red oak is too porous. French oak tends to be a little bit more coffee, a little bit more chocolate, and American oak imbues a little bit more coconut and vanilla and stuff like that, which works really, really well for tequila. And sometimes tequila use like sherry barrels and stuff like that as well. And that's pretty much all I got. Like, I'm excited. Has anyone tasted it yet? I'm sure everyone has. Oh, yeah, of course.
I need a refill.
All right, so go ahead, Camilo. Tell me what you think. By the way, the wine glass, the reason I like it is where I really, really get what it smells like. So why don't you give us your initial thoughts there?
I think it got some spice on that. Very nice, pretty mellow. Something definitely on their vanilla notes. But it's more, I would assume, targeted to the American palate where vanilla is something that's highly appreciated on the tequila world. Mm-hmm. So we'll definitely go in like on a good target market. Other than that, yeah, I could definitely chug this pretty easy. All I can say is that I might need a little bit more so I could actually...
Well, we're going to go make cocktails with it, so there'll be plenty more. And Laz, what about you? Thoughts?
It's actually very smooth, surprisingly. Usually you'll taste tequila, but this is very light. It's a little spicy.
Yeah, it's definitely a little spicy. There's a little bit of that edgy burn to it, which is something you're going to expect. So in the white, because it's not aged, you'll get a lot more harshness reposado is going to, soften a little bit as well. And then the añejos, after it ages longer, is where you get it really, really soft. But
It doesn't have an overpowering smell either, like usual. Like,
No, not
as
at
soon
all.
as you would open that bottle, the whole room would smell like tequila.
Yeah, be careful when you smell spirits, by the way. Yes, when you stick your nose in, you're going to burn your nose hairs. Just
So
a
what I
little
do
101 for you.
with something like this, what I have to do is blow in it. That
No
gets
way,
the alcohol
dude.
out.
You're going to kill it out. Where's the camera? I'm going to show you maybe where it might work. So you're supposed to put it in your mouth like, and just breathe through your mouth to get like the actual essence of it. Because if you're going to breathe through your nose, you're going to burn right away the alcohol in it.
I can see that.
And then, but that's just a little bit more of a technicality. Just drink it.
I will say this.
If you
is
enjoy
gonna
it,
be,
just drink it. If you want ice, drink it. You
this would
want
be
tomato
perfect
juice,
for a
drink it.
cocktail. Like perfect for a cocktail. And the reason why is because it's not over complex, which means it's going to leave a lot of room for the flavors that the cocktails are going to, provide. So
I taste sweet, like sweet notes on it, which is not bad for what they're trying to approach. I'm wondering how the silver tastes like, but it's very nice, very smooth.
very nice, very smooth. I might get lit. It's our 30th show. We always drink on our 10th and 20th. Camila's always been here. It's our 30th show. So
How will you get to 30 already, man? All right,
I know, right? Yeah.
Gives me a month.
So that being the case, I usually end up getting a little bit lit. So if I start slurring later, we're gonna be heated after the debate. All right. So what are we making?
All right, so this is what's gonna happen. This is a Mandarin Soda, homemade, mine and lime, and
Wait,
couple of-
what lime?
lime and Mandarin and lime.
Okay.
Sorry, mine and lime. I got a couple of frozen mandarins, which you're gonna throw in here,
Okay.
just for for kicks. Get a little bit of flavor once you actually get into the drink itself.
Sure.
A couple of fancy straws that we found. These are bamboo straws that are hollow and cracked until they hit liquid, and they actually work out pretty interestingly.
That's pretty
You'll
cool.
see. Mandarin lime, sugar. Tying this puppy up.
I remember those days.
Yeah, you work with me, that's why.
Yeah.
Couple of chargers.
Okay then.
Now we're good.
Okay.
Amazing how
I love that
chemistry and physics
It's pretty
so
cool.
much fun. It gets cold right away.
Remember that jalapeno foam we used to have
Yeah, that was
back in the
Pins
day?
vessel.
Dude.
Yeah. But that was a foam. This one is, you used to love that.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be for the soda. So now, gonna get a little bit juiced up. Nice little hefty 2 ounces right here.
Oh yeah. Notice the beautiful floral decoration.
Oh yeah. And here we go.
Mandarin lime soda. Boom.
Stir. It's gonna be actually a quite powerful cocktail now that I see it.
It's actually just so everyone can see how awesome our glasses are. And what do we call this?
This drink is called the paper.
The paper?
Yes.
All right. Boom. Insert round of applause.
Softest applause ever.
Go ahead, Laz.
It's actually fucking delicious.
Oh yeah.
You're doubting me? You're doubting me?
I didn't have to lie.
All right, boom. It's
Great.
Supreme Court time. Let's have some cocktails and rock it out.